So, let me tell you a little bit about this book, and then we'll kind of get into it. I have a friend that I worked with who is now a teacher, and she recommended a book, like on Facebook, I think it was, and because I believe she's an English teacher now, and she just, anyways, so she had recommended a book, and I was gonna buy it on Amazon, and I just kind of was going back and forth with like, okay, should I get it, should I not? about Cole. Cole is a sculptor. Rich, of course, we love that. And he has a dark, seedy obsession. He is like a predator. And then Mara is like the broken down, tired, poor girl. And Cole starts stalking Mara, and maybe places to visit on my bucket list. Oh, but this book is set in Vietnam, and Lan takes over her family's Bonm, well, her mother's Bonm stand, because her mother's a widow. And so she takes over the stand, and when her father was alive, they had a like food blog called Upon My for Two, and since his passing they haven't posted on the website. And then we meet our other character, Vivi, who is choosing to study abroad her freshman year in Vietnam. I believe she may be Vietnamese as well, because her parents never talked about Vietnam or anything like that, and so she wants to like know her history and her culture, and they end up meeting each other by happenstance. And Vivi was like a fan of their food blog, so together they're kind of like going on a journey together, because there is a competition for